What is up everyone, my name's Al from Games Rip, and today we're going to be discussing the Evercade a little bit more. Now the Evercade is a system that I've pretty much fallen in love with. It's a handheld with only physical media, that's right, no internet. That is gaming. Don't get me wrong, the internet is a great thing in a way. It opens up people's avenues to a lot of different things, but my gaming I love to have on a physical cartridge. Playing on a handheld, I can take it anywhere. Don't get me wrong, there's limits with taking loads of cartridges around, but you'd only need to take a few with you at a time. Anyway, that got me thinking, obviously, because Codemasters is releasing a collection. We've got the Indie Heroes ones. There's a couple in the pipeline coming out very, very soon. But the one I want to see most is a collection by Ocean Software. Now I'm going to give you a few games that I kind of want to see come to that collection if it does ever happen, and I'll explain the reasons why. So number one, we've got Batman, and the Batman game I'm talking about is the isometric one. The isometric sort of adventure game, that's right. If you've ever played a game called Head Over Heels, which let me tell you, is also an ocean game. That's right, it's a kind of puzzler platformer where you go through different rooms, collect different objects to eventually piece up the Batcar, or the Batmobile. And that's pretty much it. But to be fair, I love isometric platformers. So for me, that's why I love this, and the fact I love Batman as well. Next up is obviously Head Over Heels. Now Head Over Heels is, how the hell do I describe it? Again, it's another isometric platformer, kind of puzzly, kind of pick up bits, but there's two of you in the game. Now you can control both characters at different times from anywhere. You can be anywhere in the stage with one person, and he's in a different place with the other, and you just seamlessly switch. They do obviously cross paths, they do go to the same rooms, or they kind of cross paths in different rooms. But again, as you can see on the screen, it's an absolutely fun game, great soundtrack. Another John Rittman and Bernie Drummond, I believe is his name. They did the Batman game as well, and you can probably tell, looking at it, from the style. Next up, obviously, it's Robocop. Now, the version we're looking at right now is the Amstrad version. Which is the version I originally started on. Don't get me wrong, there's better versions of that game out there, like the original arcade classic, or could obviously put that on there, but I think that might have been Data East and not Ocean. Obviously we're looking at Ocean right now. But yeah, it's a decent game, but it is very, very punishing. So it does follow the actual story of the film itself, and is essentially an arcade port onto the home computer. But it's one I'd like to see happen. Next up, we've got Choplifter Free. Choplifter Free, how do I describe it? I mean, you've got a little helicopter, that's right, and you go side to side on the screen. It's not backwards forwards, it's side to side, or that sort of aspect ratio. And what you've basically got to do is you're going through jungles, etc., different landscapes, and you've got to collect the hostages. You've got a certain amount of hostages per level, and you've got to go down, pick them up, and then take them back to the base. Now you do this over all the different levels. Obviously there's military, there's tanks, missile launchers firing at you at the same time. And that's basically the gist of the game, but it's one hell of an addictive game. Obviously not going to have to forget here, we've got Super Turrican 2, that's right, the Turrican series, has spread a fair whack of games, so much so they're now putting them onto the Switch, PS4, I think that's it so far, and maybe even the Evercade at some point in this collection. Super Turrican 2 was made by Ocean Software, and is a really decent action sort of run and gun shooter. So if you like that genre, I think I'd like to see that on there, and I'm sure you'd agree. Now there is one mention of another game here that I seem to be seeing the name flying around quite a lot, is the Addams Family game. Now, quite a few people were into that, or weren't necessarily into it at the time, but it's grown a bit of a following, and is another one I could quite see happily playing on this system, and playing on it well. Like I said, it's got a bit of a following now. Some people used to hack the hell out of it, but I actually think it's a mention of a game that we could actually see come to the system, and would fit on it very, very well. Another game is Short Circuit. That's right, Short Circuit. Who doesn't love Short Circuit? The films, And yes, there is a game as well by Ocean Software. It's an interesting one. It's kind of a room-to-room, a bit of a puzzler, a bit of a adventure game. I'm not really sure how I'd describe it, but I think it's a nice little mention, and a game again would fit perfectly on this collection. Now I've got to sum it up really. The Ocean Software actually, yeah, they're not known massively for massively popular games. Although when you really think about it, the games I've just mentioned, they kind of actually are. They get that sort of reputation as not being massively well known until you start mentioning the games. And then people are like, oh my god, I remember that game. That's right, this would be a really decent collection, and I believe license-wise it wouldn't be too hard to get hold of a few of those properties, and not at a massive cost. So it could be interesting to see if they do this. Obviously, all you can do is drop your comments in the video below. Obviously, check out the Evercade website as well. And also their Discord. The Discord is there. There's a link in the description below, because that's the way to get your hands-on discussion with the actual developers. That's right. Anyway, I've been Al from Games Rep. Like I said, leave a little comment in the description below, because I'd be interested to see what games or collections you'd like to see come to the console. Anyway, I've been Al from Games Rep. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all soon. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/GamesRep, as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.